Every morning I talk, how high can I go? Rolling up with the thing.
I don't have all the answers, but if you had an idea of what the next big thing could be after the moment that we just recently witnessed.
I think the word that you said to me that's most important in that statement is being able to witness it and it being cemented in history for the rest of the world to see. And that's a big, thanks to Tim. That's a big thanks to Dot as well. It's interesting because the unity and the camaraderie been here since the 90s. Like, big in part to Jim Brown doing a lot of groundwork, big in part of a lot of dudes from these neighborhoods, from these communities doing the groundwork. I think the rest of the world knowing is important because if the rest of the world sees it and the rest of the world can champion it, and we see progress being championed, and if we can see progress being championed, then more people lean towards progress because we all want to be championed. It's human nature. I think when you think about relationship that Top has with certain dudes and my conception, these people that have been in music, that have been in the streets, that are very important and very vital, you think about the fact like, oh, it's always been connectivity amongst these neighborhoods. It's always been connectivity amongst these people. We just don't get to see behind the curtain that much. And that's the privilege of having purity in artists. Excuse me, having purity in artists. You have someone like Kendrick who has been sharing his story, sharing his life, sharing his family, sharing his background. So he's comfortable sharing the progress. He's comfortable pulling the veil. You get what I'm saying? DJ Head, Mustard, these people have always brought people together. Like I said, when I work with Mac, and then I work with Absol, and I work with Q, and I work with Kendrick, all that is connectivity to say, okay, if you're on this side of the fence, you're on this side of the fence, we here together. Every time I see Top, he's encouraging me or trying to share something that he thinks is a good idea for me or something that he might need help on. Same with anybody that's from here. Literally, we think about Big Von in the Bay being the #1 person to play my records, but we have to do a better job of sharing this information and letting people know the love I get from Too Short, the love I get from Quick. I had a studio session. DJ Quick was under the board fixing it because we couldn't use some of the stuff in the studio. He said, bring me a quarter, and he said a quarter, a piece of paper, and a screwdriver. And it's like...
Not tools, by the way. Yeah.
Not at all.
I think he probably could have solved it a lot faster
with some tools.
Just with some tools.
And it's seeing this man who my sister told me was like the boogeyman in Compton growing up because he just knew how to do so much musically and was a genius. And they was growing up and he was like he the one. Seeing him do something for me. But we got to do a better job of sharing that. Yeah. And I think he did a good job of sharing and showing the unity and camaraderie because the crazy thing about it, everybody up there knew each other. Yeah. Everybody up there rock with each other. Everybody up there support each other. But I don't think the world knows that. Yeah. So I think the next step is just to continue sharing and to continue showing the process and the progress. Like when I do verses and things for people that's from out here, I ain't never asked nobody for $1. But the reason I never asked nobody for $1 is because they never asked me for $1. Not Kendrick, not Q, not E40, not nobody has ever asked, not Quick, nobody asked. So nobody's asked me for nothing. Kaylani, nobody's asked for $1. So I think it's only right to share the same thing, but we got to show the world, we got to show the kids, because what happens usually in this environment is you get in trouble, you get brainwashed, indoctrinated, you go to jail and everybody friends, and then you try to get out and tell people it's cool when you go to jail. We can alleviate that step through art, through commerce, through opportunities, through education. We can alleviate that step to where you don't got to get incarcerated and you don't got to sit down and eat and you don't got to pop the shield over somebody who considered to be your enemy. Now we can see through this art and through our creativity that we are all on the same page if we want to be. And I really think we should be grateful for what we saw, because it's always been camaraderie amongst Crips and Bloods. It's always been camaraderie around Black people when it comes to music and certain things. Of course, we all have our tips. That's humanity. But for a large part of time, we believed that it was just straight up whole banging, set tripping. And when the rest of the world, I mean, but out here, we always knew it just depends. It's case by case basis. And if it's a case by case basis, if we show so much overwhelming support and love, it's impossible for it not to change. And